apps. Instead, a stake, there will be a deposit permanently associated with including information. So yeah, what happens is that if something managed to slip through the optimistic period, then there are still some incentives for removing the item, for item inclusion that could be possibly mutate, like the case of a Telegram user that starts at the beginning. Well, or you could not manage that edge case. Now you can. Yeah, it's mostly stuff with this, like this.
Good. So that's one of the talks we had. Then we had another talk by Andre on proof of humanity v2. We had. Did we have any other talk at Green at the Berlin, or it was just you and Andre?
So in DAPCON, not that I know of, but Clement did a few talks in Berlin. Like I think he did.
Yeah, and he was doing today a talk on a travel conference on how you can use Kleros for resolving kind of Airbnb customer service and dispute resolution system. Kleros could become that for Web3. So yeah, that was Clement. I was also at the talk today. I was invited also with Jamilia to speak at Codify, that is the Hague conference on trade and private international law. So I had a talk, and then Jamilia had another one. Maybe I will let Jamilia mention a bit what her talk was about. Go ahead.
Hello, everyone. Yes, indeed. I think today was a very busy day. We had some of the team members speaking at the blockchain Berlin Blockchain Week, and today me and Federico took part in Hague conference. I think the Hague conference that I can talk about is mostly about ADR, legal issues, etc. And it involved many academics, involving professors from Oxford University, from Cambridge University, general secretaries from UNITRA, UNCITRAL, and etc. So I would say that the participants were very, 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 very interesting. And it was quite nice. I think Federico's talk is already available online, so you could just Google it and listen to it. It's very interesting. It gives a general overview of the blockchain dispute resolution in metaverse, and mine was focusing on legal issues and covered, the place of decentralized dispute resolution systems in international legal framework as it is today. Plus, I've mentioned some of the current trends that we see in different jurisdictions, and of course, what does Mexican case mean for a recognition, Kleros, as international arbitration tool. So yeah, you're very welcome. Mine talk is not available yet, I think, but it will be soon. Either way, I'm very much inviting you to take a look at Frederick's talk. I think it's very interesting. So yeah, that's from my side.
Awesome. Thank you, Jamila. I also see Shotaro there. Maybe you want to comment something on. I was going to say Kleros moderate. I guess I should just call it Susie, right?
Yeah, right now it's just Susie at the Telegram moderation. I'm working closely with Green to make a version of Susie that might use stake curate for capitally efficient stake. So it could be gated social media channels on Telegram, or maybe Lens, where you could have 5 DAI committed as a stake that you will follow the rules of the community you're a participant of. And this provides an incentive for moderators. You crowdsource moderation. So if you break the rules, then whoever reports you, they can earn a reward. So right now, the current version of Susie lacks this incentive. I mean, still, if there's some toxic behavior in the Telegram group, someone might be sufficiently motivated to put up a stake, say, hey, I think this person broke the rules, but we can do better. We can do better. So most likely the direction is to make a version of Suzy that uses state rate. But right now, the Telegram moderation bot Suzy is in the trading group, and so if any of you are not a member of that group, maybe we can link to it. It's a community ran group. I'm not an admin, but Suzy is an admin. Yeah, but gaining feedback, seeing what works for communities, let people play with Suzy. Yeah, I think people like it so far.
Yeah, I mean, we will see how much traction it gets and if it's successful as a product. But what I can already tell you is that it's very fun to use, at least, So that's for sure. Also, it was just launched like what, 1 week ago or like 10 days ago. When did we actually launch Suzy?
Yeah, I think Suzy's been live for like 2 weeks. 2 weeks now.
2 weeks. Yeah. So we're like still polishing, a bit the rough edges, and then I guess it's going to be made ready for prime time. Okay, thank you. And of course, and this combination between moderation and state curate, have, as was mentioned, very interesting potential for. I mean, I don't want to say to revolutionize social media, but I mean, it's going in that direction at least. So we have that. Then another interesting thing going on this week is that we have already almost finished the selection of the candidates that are going to be accepted for the next batch of the fellowship. I will let Abir maybe comment on that.
Hey everyone, how's it going? Yes, we did spend quite a lot of time in this latest batch of the fellowship, and I think this is the biggest fellowship batch we have ever accepted. So I believe there were around 17 hours worth of interviews alone, but then on top of that, we requested proposals, we read through a whole bunch of proposals, debated them, sent some back for revision and resubmission, and then assess those again. So as you can see, the Kleros Fellowship is really turning into a powerhouse of research and development output. I think this might become an official sort of idea incubator of Kleros, the way we have another incubator. So it's going on pretty well. We're going to start changing up the fellowship a little bit more, making it a bit more serious, in the sense having fellows repeatedly report their progress, maybe work close in collaboration with members of the team to see how they can shape whatever they're working on to best maximize the interests of the Kleros community at large. And we have got a whole bunch of people with very with a very diverse range of talents. There are some who are doing research in AI. There are some who are helping us figure out new ways of bolstering adoption. There are some people who are deciding on doing empirical jury research on Kleros to sort of observe and assess how Kleros juries come to a decision. There are some who are working on developing soft law guidance and principles to help onboard a whole different range of professions and users. There are people who are researching basically different ways to design the Kleros dispute resolution mechanisms to resolve different natures of disputes or different Oracle functionality. So it's very exciting. And I think no matter what your background is, you might find something useful coming from the Kleros Fellowship in the months and years to come.
Yeah, I mean, we did like over 40 interviews. I mean, that was a lot.
Yeah, it was, quite a bit of work. So, and it's, and so like I was up until, 5 a.m. talking with you guys, interviewing those candidates. So I'm pretty aware of, how much time I did put into this. So yeah, it was pretty interesting. Really excited to see what it brings in the future.
and so many other topics. I mean, it's fascinating to see how much the program has grown since I think the first batch was in 2018, and I mean, the amount of candidates we got. I mean, we did 40 interviews of I don't know how many submissions. So yeah, that's really exciting. It's actually a think tank for Kleros. So yeah, that's awesome. Okay, so we have that. As you know, the incubator the applications are open now. So if you are building some Web3 projects that could use Kleros for curation, Oracle, escrow, whatever, you feel free to apply. And we have a little thing prepared for today. I don't know, Jean, do you want to say it, or should I make the introduction of our little program on?
You know better how to introduce.
Okay, so well, as you know, we have been working at Kleros for 5 years now, and we got a lot of experience in building Web3 apps for a long time now, and also supporting other people building their projects in the incubator. So when we launched the incubator, like 1 year and a half ago, I think, we prepared a lot of materials that we use for supporting the teams, like design thinking stuff and mechanism design and well, strategy, community building. And at some point we said to ourselves, why we could share this with the wider community. It should not be just stay for the incubator teams. And we're launching a little course called How to Build in Web3 that is going to review all of these elements that we do at Kleros every day and what we use for building our own products. This, for giving you some ideas, this starts by landscape of what Web3 is, then some ideas about strategy design, then some stuff about like community building, well, UX, UI, mechanism design, smart contracts, fundraising, well, all of the things that you need to start a Web3 project. It's not a technical course, it's like for founders and to try to teach them how to increase the odds of succeeding in this world. So it's going to be launched very soon. Actually, the videos are already on YouTube if you want, but we have not promoted yet, but now we are going to start promoting it. So super happy about that. So if you are into building in Web3 and you want to apply to the incubator, you can also start by watching this, and we will share this very soon on social media. So we're really happy about that. Okay, another thing happening this week is Lingwo. As you know, Lingwo, well, we launched this a while ago, and now we have Arjun as a product manager, and he started uploading translations for people to start doing. Maybe I will let you, Arjun, comment on this better than me.
Yeah. Hey guys, so as you know, Lingwo has been sort of over there for a while after being developed. And so the first course of action was to actually sort of test out the model and see exactly how rigid it is, and if we can actually get people to use it, we can validate the model, right? So what we've done is we've decided to upload a lot of internal translation requests. These are of various articles and things from whitelink.ca as well, because we got the go ahead for that. So the idea is to see what prices these will get accepted at, and compare that to the actual prices that we'd get if we were using other services as well. So right now there are around 10 requests up, but they're obviously starting from 0 because we're also trying to test out the price discovery mechanism. So it's going to be interesting. So if you guys know of anyone who are translators or know communities who are looking to translate, or even people who have experience but want to give this a hand, even if they're not really into translations but are good with the languages, you can refer this to them and give them a shot. Hopefully the translations that are up right now, they'll reach a fair value, hopefully within a couple of weeks or so. And we'll be having more translations come on board as well in the next few weeks, which will be priced faster. So if you have any questions about that, or if you'd like to, help out in any way, please let me know. We'll be starting Twitter and other social media stuff for Lingo as well. So I will definitely see you guys for that.
Thank you, Arjun. So if you want, you can make over $3 for translating text at this moment. So yeah, the thing is
for the time being.
Because of no, I mean, let me explain that because Lingo has an auction mechanism that the price starts going up as time goes by. I mean, it can start with a very low price, and we are like testing this. It's I mean, Lingo is more than just a translation app. It's like potentially a microtasking app that solves a very important problem about price discovery. So yeah, then translations is like the first use case that we imagine. So let's see how this works, and then it could expand to other things. Okay. So yeah, thank you, Arjun. And of course, the moment everyone was waiting for, please, William, your turn.
Yeah. So I'm still mostly thinking about soulbound tokens and how they could potentially be used in Kleros Jura selection. So the idea is that currently we already have planned for V2 that there will be some courts where in order to be selected for the court, you have to be in proof of humanity. And then you can use this additional Sybil resistance tool to prevent a given address from getting more than one vote in a given case. In a way that's like not easily gamed, because if you do that without a Sybil resistance tool like proof of humanity, people will just split up their stakes over multiple addresses. And then one asks, sort of building out of this kind of like recent hype and discussion in the broader crypto community about soulbound tokens, what could you do if, for example, you got a soulbound token by saying that you had some kind of expertise or qualification by, say, submitting to a curated list, and if your people can challenge whether you have the qualification potentially, whether you're really an expert in whatever kind of field, and that might go to a Kleros jury. But then, like, if you have these, sort of like extra soulbound tokens that come from having a given expertise validated by a curated list, you can't just, they're soulbound. You can't just like sell them away to someone who's not an expert. Then you can extend the idea of screening people based on proof of humanity to also screening them based on, are you an expert in a given kind of a category of dispute that's being judged in the court. And we already have this like mechanism currently that encourages people to stake in courts where they have expertise, just in terms of people will be penalized if they're often incoherent with rulings. So if you're staking in a court that you have no expertise in, you'll probably be incoherent fairly frequently and lose money and leave. But like you could have like an extra layer, and you could have these two sort of mechanisms working together to have a more robust screen for people to stake where they're properly experts. And then there's sort of interesting questions about how you can generalize some ideas in the soulbound paper by Glenn Vitalik and this third person from Flashbots to sort of like more sophisticated mechanisms of this, where you try to draw people that have maybe different soulbound tokens, particularly in appeal cases, to try to get like a representative sort of people that are like anti-correlated by the soulbound tokens they have, so that you get kind of distinct voices in your jury, which is something that we're exploring and trying to think about whether it's a good idea or not. So I'm going to be talking about this in a presentation at DEF CON. So I'm sort of, at this point, kind of packaging my ideas into presentation form. But
awesome. Thank you, William. So if you're going to DEF CON, or most of the team will be there, so you can, see us and book some moment to speak with us if you want. So excited about that. It's not very far. It's less than a month to DEF CON. So really excited about that. Then we have other things. We have we are participating in this conference called Token 2049 in Singapore with a bunch of the members of the team. Wang Mian is there. Of course, he's not in the call now because he's very far east. But Abir is all in the same time zone and he's here, so he could. But Abir lives at night, so it's good. So we are going to, this is a very interesting networking conference, and we're going to hold a little side event there. Emmett, you're going to the conference, right?
Yeah. So I guess I can tell a little bit about the event. Yeah. If anyone's in the area, it's really nice. Guangmian set up the whole thing where we start off with a quick boat tour, and then from there, like we all walk to like a bar that's like 5 minutes across from where the boat docks, and then yeah, it's like food will be catered, local cuisine and beer, like free flowing beer. So yeah, pretty exciting.
In moderation, of course.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, so if you're in Singapore, I mean, you can still go to the event. Otherwise, you can just watch the photos like the rest of us. Okay, so we have that going on. And maybe, Annabelle, you can mention something about DevCon, or is there anything relevant to mention today?
Yes, for DevCon, so you were mentioning that we would be able to meet up during the DevCon week, and indeed, yes. So as you know, we are going to participate as co-organizer to the Infinite Hackathon, which is happening on the 7th, 8th, and 9th of October. You can definitely register and apply also again, as I told you last week in this call, for the support of your travel and accommodation to attend this event physically in Bogota. So that could be interesting if you want to take part in this. And Kleros is helping as well for the after party of this event. So you stay tuned, we will have an after party on the 9th. And we will have, as a side event of the conference, a nice afternoon sunset event with the possibility for us to just gather and meet you guys if you are also attending DevCon after the conference time. So let's say that sunset is pretty early in Bogota, so we are probably going to kick off this event around 5:30 or 6 in the afternoon. So perfect time for us to meet. If you want to be sure to meet us, you can just DM me or contact me to be sure to be on that list. And you get more information as it's all confirmed and set for us.
Awesome, thank you. And also, if you are going to DevCon in Bogota and you speak Spanish, or you want to learn Spanish, I'm going to give a bunch of talks. I mean, I was invited by some universities to give some talks about Kleros and legal tech in general and blockchain. One is the Universidad of Bogota. Another one is another city called I don't remember, Pereira. Yeah, Pereira. But there's a bunch, and in other in Medellin. So they invited me, as they knew I was going to Colombia. They invited me to give a bunch of talks. So it's going to be in Spanish. But if you are going to DevCon, I mean, we will announce when these talks are going to be. So yeah, you can go. And I guess that's it for this week. I don't know if anyone has anything to add from us or any question.
Nope, we were all just here for the POAPs.
Yeah, I know. I know. Okay, guys. Enjoy the POAPs. Enjoy the POAPs. And Jean, do you have anything to add or?
I think that's it. If you can DM me if you. Oh, that about proof of humanity. I recommend you to vote no on quadratic delegations, and we'll probably have more updates on that in the coming weeks. There's proof of humanity v2 also with a demo, and I'll share you the links. But if you have a profile, vote no on quadratic delegations.
Awesome. Okay, guys. Well, that's it for today then. Well, see you on Telegram, and yeah, see you around. Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.
See you guys.
Take care.